alongside me, and I will teach you how to do day makeup today with tips and tricks. So the first step is to use a hydrating spray, which is Fix Plus from MAC, and we're just going to spray this on the face to hydrate the skin. So the next step is to use a Still Up primer, which is going to make your makeup last longer. The next step is to use a Stilla Tinted Moisturizer, which is just a moisturizer which has a little color in it. So this is absolutely good for the day. So make sure that the tinted moisturizer is of the color of the model's skin. That's the most important part, where the color of the foundation should always match the color of the skin. And the best way is to test that on the jawline. Buff this tinted moisturizer completely into the skin so that the skin absorbs the makeup. The next step is to use a little concealer under the eyes. Now, considering that we're doing makeup during the day, we don't need to cake it up, so you can use very little concealer, just about how much is needed. Concealer and not pull it. Because if you're pulling the concealer, then you're going to exaggerate the under eye. If you want to, we can use a little concealer on the lids as well. This is just to give an even tone to the face. Next, we can use a blot powder, which is a pressed powder, on the face, just to remove the shine. So I'm going to use a very neutral eyeshadow on the eyes, just to give it that freshness. So we're just going to dab a little eyeshadow on the lids. Now this is an eyeshadow which is there and yet not there, because we want to keep the makeup very, very fresh and light. So the next step is to use a highlighter just to highlight the area under the eyebrow. Now that will immediately accentuate the eyes and make them look bigger. Now we can just dust a little bit of a pink on the eyes and contour the eyes with the pink eyeshadow, just to add a little freshness to the whole look. So from the outside back into the inside. And remember, always do this with a fluffy brush which just immediately blends it into the eyes. Under the eyes as well. Just to open up the eyes. Now we usually always go in for a kohl pencil which is black in color. I would suggest one uses a brown pencil, because that is going to end up giving you a much softer look. So I'm using a brown pencil in the waterline, just to give it some definition, but not as harsh as a black. The next step is to use an eyeliner. Now eyeliners come in various forms and textures, like a cake eyeliner, gel eyeliner, liquid eyeliner. So whichever is easier for you to use, you can pick up one and use that. Now I'm going to do a very, very thin eyeliner, which is there yet not there, because we're working for the day, so it doesn't need to be as thick and smoky. The next step is to curl your lashes so that they stay curled. Till the end of the day, you use an eyelash curler. Make sure that the eyelashes are inside and you press. You have to be very careful such that the skin does not sort of come into the eyelash curling. The next step is to use a mascara. I'm using a brown mascara instead of a black. Now again, to give it a much softer look. So during the day we are keeping everything very, very minimal. And that's the tip and technique to be dressing up for the day. Now sometimes while doing the mascara, it just probably gets onto the eyelid or maybe under the eyes. So you just wait for it to dry and then remove with a cotton bud. So we don't need to sort of get very perturbed about the fact that it's come onto the eyelid. The next step is to contour the face. Now again, keeping it very, very light, I'm going to take a contouring powder and right under her cheekbone, just to create a shadow, I contour the cheeks so that she looks slim. She's already very slim, but we're just going to create a nice cheekbone. And blend upwards. Also a little on the jawline, just to emphasize the jawline. Now with a blush brush, I'm going to use a nice soft pink blush and use the blush on the apple of the cheeks. So again, I'm keeping it very, very simple and plain, just to add a soft blush on the cheeks. Now if you've added a little more of the blush, you can always use a powder on top to just lighten it a little. The next step is to use a Bennett tint, which is a lip tint. It's a kind of a lip stain which we're going to use. We're not using a lip gloss right now. I might choose to use a lip gloss later after this, but we're just trying to stain the lips without using a lipstick. Now we need to use a lot more of it so that it gives a nice lip stain. Immediately it adds that freshness to the whole look. So I'm going to finish this look with a lovely lip gloss. I'm using a transparent lip gloss on this because we already have a lot of color. We just need to add that last touch to the whole look. Now the gloss also ends up making the lips look a little more pouty. Now this is not like a red lipstick, but it's like a red lip stain, which is perfect for the day. So let's finish the look with just filling in the eyebrows a little with a brown color, just in places where it's needed, considering that again this is for the day. We need to brush them very, very lightly. So we're done with the day look, and she's absolutely set to go out wherever, to college or to work. The very important do's and don'ts of this look is to keep the makeup very, very minimal. Not to layer the makeup, not to cake up makeup, but to keep it very, very minimal. Also, in case there's a lot of a mascara here or there, never remove it when it's wet. Always use it when it's dry with a cotton bud. Also, instead of using lipsticks, one could always use lip stains and lip tints, which only add a hint of color. Of course, you can always pump it up with a lip gloss. So you're all set for day makeup.